Hello and welcome to a Wednesday Live right here on the early line on SportsGrid and all across the SportsGrid network. That includes sportsgrid.com/watch, where you can find your favorite destination to consume everything all across the grid. He is Donnie Rightside. I am Ben Stevens. We are here together for the next 3 hours up until 11 a.m. Eastern Time, bright and early on this Wednesday, to look back on a doubleheader of Game 5s last night in the Association NBA playoff action. Two teams returned home in series tied at 2-all and made statements on their own home floors. A wild night in the Stanley Cup postseason as well. We go around Major League Baseball. The WNBA season tipping off last night with 4 games, including Caitlin Clark's WNBA debut. And Donnie, on this Wednesday, it's scheduled release day in the National Football League. Would you look at that? A Wednesday in the middle of May that is absolutely jam-packed.
Absolutely. And also, I lost money last night, so I still have a smile on my face because it's a new day today.
Good.
Didn't
Thank
have very much success here on RBI props. We're participating in FanDuel's Dinger Tuesday. It's okay there. But I did hit my best bet on the show yesterday, which was an under where a team scored 7 times yesterday, and the game still stayed under down in the Big A. So everything's all right. And also, I told you people, watch out for those road teams in the NBA. Yeah, you should have watched out and not listened to any advice I gave on the Indiana Pacers and or the Timberwolves yesterday. But today, we focus on the NFL because the schedule releases are coming out. So many big things, and also on the eve of a major championship in golf as the PGA gets underway tomorrow from Valhalla. This is good times right now, Benny boy. It's good times.
DRS, let's not forget the saying in the old adage here, new day, new money. We look back, but we always keep an eye moving forward as well. But we do look back on the doubleheader last night. We start with the nightcap in Denver. Nikola Jokic starting to look like the 3-time MVP in the last 4 years in this playoff series. Really, since they left Denver, he was named MVP for a 3rd time in the past 4 seasons, and his play has elevated like he showed throughout the regular season. Last night, an effortless 40-point 13-assist performance against the Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, who looked to be no match for the Joker, as Nikola Jokic leads Denver to a 112-97 victory and a 3-2 series lead over Minnesota.
Superstars stepping up in the biggest moments. Now, yesterday, for the first time in the last 2 games, I did not take a triple-double here for Nikola Jokic. But if you would have told me 40 points and 13 assists, the easy one should be getting the double-digit rebounds, which he did not get and only got 7. But it didn't matter. He was unbelievable and ultra-efficient, 15 of 22 from the floor. You also got 18 points out of Gordon, 16 out of Murray, 16 out of KCP. That is exactly what you needed for those B-role players to step up and help out your superstar. I thought the Timberwolves will be live yesterday. In the first half, it was very close, but that third quarter where it was 38-30, where you saw that lead widening here for the Nuggets, this is what you're supposed to do. Take care of your home court, and they finally did that in this series. Now it looks like it's the Nuggets series to win here.
Finally, somebody wins a game in this series on their own home floor. It took until game number 5 at altitude, but Denver wins by 15, covers as a 4-point home favorite, and a smaller total of 206 does just go over. The New York Knicks return to Madison Square Garden, but bad vibes leaving Indianapolis. A shorthanded New York team back inside the Mecca, only booked as a 1.5-point favorite after what we got confirmed, which was expected. OG Anunoby missing his 3rd consecutive game of this series. But no matter for New York. 40 points for Jokic, 44 for Jalen Brunson, as the Knicks return home to MSG and win by 30. 121-91, easily covering as a 1.5-point favorite inside the Garden.
Yep, and we were talking about this before the game, like that correlation. Like, forget about even taking the Knicks as a -2 or -1.5 favorite as it closed at the FanDuel Sportsbook. This team is only going to go so far that Brunson can take them. 18 of 35 from the field for 44 points and a +31. He was absolutely sensational. And this is what's crazy. We talk about like those zigzag theories. One team doesn't cover the game before, take them the next game. Can you have 2 more wild swings than we saw in game number 4 in Indiana and now back in Madison Square Garden, where both of these teams blew each other out? I have no idea what to expect as the series moves back to Indiana for game number 6. But the one thing I do know is Brunson is here for it, baby. He really is.
Certainly so. New York wins by 30 in Game 5.
Oof.
The Pacers won by 32 back in Indianapolis on Sunday in Game number 4. We'll see about Game 6, but New York holds a 3-2 series advantage. WNBA season here in the summer of 2024, tipping off last night. A quadruple header of action. The Aces got their rings in Las Vegas for a second consecutive year, and Caitlin Clark made her WNBA debut in Connecticut. Now, she did score 20 points, ever so slightly under her points prop of 20 and a hook, but it wasn't the most outstanding debut for Clark, where she committed 10 turnovers. In Connecticut, who was 27-13 a season ago, looked the part as one of the best in the WNBA. A 21-point win over Indiana. They cover as an 8-point favorite. Some growing pains, perhaps, for Caitlin Clark now in the W.
Yeah, got a little bit of foul trouble early, finished at a -13, but did score the 20 points here. Three-point shooting wasn't great to start, but ended up making 4 of 11, which you'll take that on the night-to-night basis. You got to clean up those turnovers. 10, that's a little bit too many. Also, we had that graphic up yesterday, like betting a triple-double for the season. I think she had to get maybe 3 of those, which is a wager. And the one I was looking at is like, boy, it's going to be hard for a guard to go into the professional ranks and grab 10 rebounds in some of these games. And you see last night, 0 rebounds. I'm not saying she's not going to get a rebound the entire season, but triple-double is going to be really tough. But that's one of those games where you take it, you move forward, and you learn. She even said as much after the game. Hey, look, you got to clean some of that stuff up. It was fun to play out there, but we got to get better, and understandably so. A good performance, though, 20 points in your opening day.
A triple-double for Alyssa Thomas for Connecticut on the other side. 13 points, 13 dimes, 10 boards. That's her 8th triple-double since the start of last year. Those 8 triple-doubles in the last season plus for Alyssa Thomas, more than anybody else in WNBA history has in their career by double. That's 4. She has 8 in the last 2 seasons, if you want to call it 2 seasons, now in the first game of the 2024 campaign. Now to the ice in the Stanley Cup postseason. Boston on the road in Sunrise staves off elimination in game number 5 against Florida. Donnie, a round of applause for your guy, the Swayman, Jeremy Swayman. Huge last night for Boston as the Bees win 2-1 over the Florida Panthers to force a 6th game back in Beantown.
Swag surfing there for my guy Sway, man. He was tremendous last night. Something I didn't see coming. I thought that was series dead and move on, the Florida Panthers, but now we extend it. The hardest game to win, Ben, is what? The series clinching game. Weren't able to do that on their home ice. Back to Beantown we go.
The Oilers even it up in Edmonton, but again, this series has been anything but easy for the Oilers. They scored twice in the final 2 minutes of regulation, including Evan Bouchard, the game winner. As time was getting close to expiring, the Oilers even the series at 2 games apiece with a 3-2 home win.
Had to absolutely have that, man. You can't go down 3-1 and the team looking to close you out on their home ice. Good win for the Oilers, and here we go. The best of 3 now. Who's going to win this one?
So we also go to Major League Baseball. Interesting moment for the Astros yesterday. Ronel Blanco, who has started off sensationally this year for Houston, a 4-0 record, ejected from the game after a foreign substance check. The Astros do win in extras 2-1 over Oakland.
If you learn anything from the Houston Astros and the Michigan Wolverines, cheat. What's it going to cost them? 1 start here? Load up that glove with sticky stuff. Absolutely. You guys won World Series by banging on trash cans and having transmitters placed on your arms. What's a little bit of sticky tack here when you're trying to dominate? Didn't this guy throw a no-hitter early this year from last year who was terrible? Cheat as much as you can. It's the American way, people, and it works.
Donnie Rightside and advocating of cheating.
Yeah.
Doug Gottlieb.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Doug Gottlieb, the new head basketball coach for the men's basketball program at Green Bay. What are you doing? NBA playoff recaps next.